Hello Pisces, and welcome to your September reading. Already September. So, I meditated on your energy, pulled back the first layer of cards like usual. The first cards that came out. These three came out together. That's what Spirit wants to talk to you about for this month. I have the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Cups. That is holding on to something that we were sure would bring us a wish, emotional satisfaction. And they're kind of being in that moment where we see that maybe it's not what we thought. Maybe it would not fill us up, or it's not possible. That could happen at the beginning of the month or the end of August. It's this disappointment on something that we really wanted and that we were holding on to. After that, I have the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Five of Wands. So, this is like conflict in communication about a brand new passion, a start, a news, something that we could grab and take and receive, but there's conflict about it. After that, I have the Ten of Wands and Death. So the transformation and the end of that cycle. Maybe this is bringing conflict, and you're kind of quitting it and letting it transform at the end of the month. How this is affecting your month. The first card I have is Nine of Pentacles. That is, yes, the single lady, but it's being autonomous, self-sufficient in our value, what we're able to produce, to create, in our capacity to communicate with the divine. She's got a bird there, having the knowledge and the understanding of our value. And this is reinforced with the Queen of Pentacles after that. So you could be dealing with a Taurus also. Maybe you really were a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Maybe you were really hoping to, man or woman, to get a relationship with that person, or to build and have a passion with that person. But this is solidity and groundedness. After that, I have the Five of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Three of Swords. So you see that disappointment here. There it is. Maybe there was something not so up and up about it that brought you disappointment in this situation, and you're deciding to leave it behind and understand of going towards something that would fulfill you emotionally. Going, because he's leaving behind cups, but he's also going towards an Ace of Cup to get a Nine of Cup, being emotionally satisfied with himself because of self-love, or a Two of Cups, which would be a Ten of Cups, which are shared emotions. And since it's under death and dropping that weight here, that could be it. Here under the wish and the grieving, I have the Page of Cup. So that could be like the beginning of an emotional thing, like something that failed to bloom, that there was this beginning, this emotional beginning, but that didn't go anywhere because there were conflicts in the way this was being brought in. After that, I have the Devil, and so Capricorn may be there. And after that, I have the Hangman with that Ace of Cup that he is going to go get. So bringing your higher intelligence The universe stopping the whole thing there, stopping the world for you. Nothing happens. To give you time to bring your higher intelligence into the Ace of Cups. What is an Ace of Cups? How do I receive love? How do I see love? Bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Cups. So that's you, I think. We're talking about you. Here, let's clarify. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. And I call upon my guides. Call upon Spirit, Holy Spirit. Come and help me clarify this reading for Pisces for the month of September. Pisces for the month of September. Okay, talk to me about that Five of Cups. What was that disappointment, that grieving about something that you wished for so long? It could be a job, it could be on the love front also, it could be a prospect. Yeah, you're letting it go. Eight of Cups. I have the Queen of Pentacles under here too. So maybe an earth sign, or maybe it was something that would have made you feel solid and taken care of, that you would have been able to manage and ground, or an earth sign. But you're letting it go at the beginning of the month. So what was that? What is that conflict here? Spirit, what is that conflict? Conflict on how to move forward. Maybe you'll be inner, this is inner conflict maybe. How do I move forward from now? With my passion, with my will. Six of Cups. These are energies from the past. Maybe that inner conflict was because you really wanted that. You felt a connection. You truly felt a connection. Give me a, whoops. What is that Ace of Wands? And the conflict is on that connection. Maybe it can be, for some of you, conflict with your children, but conflict with somebody you felt a deep connection to. I'm gonna wait for them to really flip it. What is that Ace of Wands? The Star, another wish, you know, and the Two of Swords. Having a choice there in the center about something that you really, really was a wish. You really felt the connection about it. You're walking away from it, and it really creates a conflict inside of you because you wanted that passion, you wanted that Ace of Wands, but you have no choice but to make a choice, an inner choice about letting that go, and it's very hard on you. What is that Ten of Wands? What is the end of that cycle? Because that wand, because it's conflicted, what you wished and wanted. Here, Knight of Swords, he goes and cuts out things. Ten of Wands. It becomes the end of a cycle right away. Maybe because of a communication you've had that provokes the end of that cycle. Because we did have the Eight of Wands, which is communication, but conflicted communication. Things that stir you up, where you have to defend your point of view and all of that. So you have no choice but to quit that. That can be fighting, arguments. And there's like this final communication that closes and finishes that off. Show me death. Show me death, Spirit. What do they finish off? Oh, that's a lot. You're finishing off. See, I have the Two of Wands. This is being at a threshold, deciding, do I keep that one that it's bringing conflict and I have to make a decision on it, or do I move on? Death. This was a connection that you felt spiritually also from your High Priestess. And that can be like, when a relationship doesn't come through, it kind of stays in the ether with all of its energy, and it is felt at the Empress, at the High Priestess level. And it is maybe because this earth sign here was not able to see the possibility and the cup that was there. So it has to die, and you have to move on. He was closed-minded. He couldn't see that. Nine of Pentacles. And although you felt it, you'll have to let it die and transform. This can be a question of divine timing or whatever, because if this is a soulmate that is aligned with your stars, right now is not the right time for that. It's things are conflicted. Moon. So you'll have to let it go. Nine of Pentacles. Why is the Nine of Pentacles there for Pisces? There's that Ace of Wands, what you really wanted, that passion that could have had possibility, with the Two of Pentacles, which is Jupiter in Capricorn. And that asks to really be centered, to really be able to grab only one of these pentacles, not to be stuck in a loop with emotional ups and downs and all of that. So maybe there was juggling, there was something that the Emperor did not let go, and to grab this possibility, this thing that could have flourished. Maybe there was juggling and you're putting a judgment on that. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Queen of Cups. So that would be you. You having to take that decision. You knowing your worth and your value. And this is the wife. And here, this is you knowing what you were offering. Feeling, being very emotional in this. Because you felt it so much. And now you're stuck having to make that inner decision to let go of something you wanted so much. Show me the Five of Swords there. Because here I have the Three of Swords, Eight of Cups again, and the Five of Swords. So what was that Five of Swords? Feeling defeated. That can be somebody telling us something that we see we're losing. Maybe they're winning something, but they won't be happy with what they're winning. Yeah, it's a connection. A connection that was not up and up. That's when two people with the Five of Swords, that's when the two people are not at the same level. One is more enlightened than the other, or whatever. One is still in the Five of Swords, where they have to manipulate and control, maybe that Emperor here, and the other one is connected, High Priestess, with the angels, and wants to manifest this. And when that happens, of course this will happen. And we have to leave. We have to leave that behind, knowing that there is a cup and a Two of Cups out there for us, and knowing we deserve better. We are not living this because it's filled with conflict. And the other one is not, his mind is not open to believe and see a true Ace of Cups, but we are. So we are going to walk towards that, because that connection was not balanced. Sometimes we see the other one and we see it's the potential of the other one. All the other one can be. But if they are not there yet, that's when it creates a conflict. A conflict inside of us and outside of us. Princess of Cups. So Princess of Cups, I think it's that beginning of a love affair. Whoa! That could have been a lot. Show me that Page of Cups, Spirit. What is that Page of Cups? Yeah. So Page of Cups. You were ready to leap in faith in that thing with that earth sign. And maybe that earth sign took more than a long time. Maybe did not move because he couldn't see it. He thought it was the same thing as what he already had lived before. This was something that in your eyes, in your heart, was so filled with possibilities and solidity. Three of Cups. Maybe there were other people involved, and that's what created the conflict also. Show me the Devil. Who's the Devil? What's the Devil doing there? Okay. Well, there we go. So, the Devil. Well, the Devil is our King of Cups here. So, it could be a Capricorn. But also, the limiting of our Emperor here. This. Not being able to see the potential. Not being able to see your cup that you were offering, the value of what you were offering, because he is trapped in a limited belief of the Five of Swords. There it is, the Five of Swords. He is in the Five of Swords energy. So it can be a controlling energy, not allowing himself to be vulnerable and putting energy into love and emotions. He needs to control it and win. And this is part of the alchemy of life. He has, it is not in divine timing, things will change. But until now, it is still brewing. That emperor needs to brew. He needs to work on himself. He needs to evolve from the Five of Swords. He is still under the illusion of the devil that keeps him at a low vibration, where he thinks he needs to manipulate and things like that. And this is what is bringing you grief and all of that, even if you felt so much a connection in the potential that that emperor could be. He is not ready. He is not ready. He still needs to cook. Three of Cups here. Again, maybe you're in a three-party situation. I don't like to go there, but it's all a question of the capacity to elevate one's emotions. And he is not doing that. He is looking down on emotions. Well, this is what life is. Been there, done that. He's not even lifting his head to see this. So now it is for you to bring your higher intelligence and to see differently what is love. What do I want for love? It could be like a karmic lesson for you. And that is a soulmate too. We have many soulmates. Some come just to teach us a lesson. What do you accept in love? And now you're deciding not to accept that because it brings you grief and sorrow. What is the why is the hangman there? And to understand that, maybe you have to sacrifice this relationship. Even if, maybe in 5 years it's going to come around again. We don't know. But for now, you need to sacrifice it and bring your higher intelligence. Reassessing where you put your energy. What do you plant in your garden to collect? And what do you receive from the decisions that you make? Three of Wands. What do you expect? Ace of Cups for Pisces. And that is also looking forward now. Having made that decision, Two of Wands, now we're at the Three of Wands because we decide to choose our heart. And we decide to choose our value of our heart. And there is an Ace of Cups there for me. To my level. To my worth. Page of Swords. You're going to go with that truth now. Speaking of the value of your heart. Making a judgment. And therefore, even if you crash here and burn, you're gonna rise like the phoenix as a new version of yourself. Sun being completely illuminated. Judgment, because you will have chosen you, and with that understanding of your value. That emperor was not ready, and this is what you're going to see in September. You're going to see that mentally he is still in the Five of Swords. So, Pisces, on that, I want to thank you all for the donations that you gave me. In order for me to give you back, I'm going to do a special ceremony on every 15 and on the 15th and the 31st of September. So on that day, open yourself. If you gave a donation, open yourself to receive from the universe. It's my way to give back to you. And also private readings. The description is below. I'm going to send you all my love and light, Pisces. This is a hard situation for the ones of you that resonates with that, of course. Not all of you are gonna go through that, but this is just for some it will maybe not be the love of your life, but that you feel is the love of your life, but it could be just like a partner, a friend, that you see where they are and how they cannot even accept your heart because they're still in a low vibration, and so you're gonna decide to move on from that. They still need to brew. It's gonna be different for many of you, and yes, so my love and light for the month of September, to help you pass through this and finish as a brand new phoenix. And I'll see you next month. All right, bye bye.